Being has no language. Being is silent presence. That is who Baba nurtures and sustains with his vision. This is not something which is like a point of knowledge that needs to be remembered. Or mentally affirmed, but it has to be seen in direct experience. So let's see if we don't describe the experience of the body sitting. Just notice the I that I am. And it's not the letter I that I am, that which is pointing to there's definitely an experience of the sensations of the body. It's like even the label body is referring to outline of sensations. And Baba and the soul, the light, the living lights that we are, just notice sensations that are changing. Without any label of my body or me or what it used to be like or what shape or form. What all it has gone through. Without any story, without any narrative. Just the being. Living light. With no description. Just experience the experience as it is. changing. Feel the experience. The living light feels this experience. The being perceives the experience, feels the experience, knows the experience. Changing. But the I am that is experiencing is not changing. I am. Then comes the experience. I am is me that never changes, accompanying an experience of sitting right now. Sitting may change after some time to standing or shuffling. But the one who's accompanying that experience is not changing. The I am is not changing. Only with this direct experience of seeing the I that I am accompanying the changing experience can there truly be unlimited disinterest. Same with the mind. I am Now, the experience of the self may be thinking, the mind that is thinking. The real me, the I am, is accompanying that thinking. Thinking is changing. But the real me that is accompanying that change is changeless. There is unchanging continuity to who I am, whereas what I experience is changing moment by moment. Whether it be body, whether it be mind, or whether it be physical circumstances. And this has to be seen repeatedly, not mental affirmation or thinking about who I am. But with Baba, the being is experiencing this experience, feeling this changing experience, perceiving this changing experience. Whilst being still with Baba. Being who he is eternally. So then it doesn't matter how much action happens, how much sound happens. Now with direct, unchanging knowing of who I am and aware of changing experience, I don't loosely identify with every coming and appearing and going experience, of every movement that is changing, of every breath that is changing, of every thought that is changing. Only then unlimited disinterest, dispassion is possible. Otherwise, conditioning will continue to have its own momentum. Conditioning of what? Conditioning of constantly believing I am my experience. I am that voice in my mind. This is the deep conditioning. I am the state of my body. I am tired, or I am excited, or I am happy, or I am sad. And that I am which is just continuous, starts to believe himself to be that changing experience of being tired or of being rested, which can change again. Because I am as absolute. Everything after that is duality. I am in clarity. I am in confusion. I am just is not associated with any experience of duality. Although accompanying all the experiences of duality, but self is not the experience of duality. So isolating the sense of self from every experience which is appearing and disappearing is the highest attainment, because that true sense of continuous, unchanging self is living life with God, not life in thoughts. Ekvrata. Which means lost in the experience of taste of one Baba and none other. And that experience of life with God, that is timeless, changeless. But only that one who doesn't associate himself with any changing experience can truly taste the experience of one. See? Baba wants us to be lost in love with him, because that's the only way to end all the suffering. So Baba is saying, today, the unlimited Father child is seeing his unlimited, constantly cooperative companion. You constantly cooperative child is constantly seated in your Father's heart, on the heart throne. Do you feel that? The incorporeal Father does not even have an immortal throne of his own, whereas, child, you have so many. So Bap Dada is constantly happy to see you, my child, seated on the heart throne. Wow, my child, who is seated on the throne? The children are always happy to see the Father. And can you see Baba with you as a being of light with the Supreme, and in the home of light, which is beyond any thoughts, beyond the mind? Baba and I together. So all of you experience happiness on seeing Bap Dada, and Bap Dada is also pleased to see all his children. Why? Because each child is a special soul. Each one is special in Baba's eyes. Now, even if a child is the last number child, and last number means the one who is recognizing him in the least possibility, that is all. Only in the drama, not beyond the drama. Yeah? Even while being the last number, he's still in the list of a handful of out of multi-millions. So does the Father have greater happiness on seeing each child? Or child, do you have the greater happiness? So somebody said both. So then Baba said, but Baba has so many children. And the more children there are, the greater the happiness Baba is saying he has. Whereas you, my child, you only have double happiness. That is all. You have the happiness of the family, but the Father's happiness is permanent. Is your happiness permanent, or does it fluctuate? So for Baba, if it's any other happiness than that which is permanent, the source of that happiness is not coming from the source of truth that you are and Baba. Then the source of that happiness is mixed. If it's not constant, because that's what Baba is saying. Bap Dada believes that the breath of Brahmin life is happiness. If you don't have happiness, you don't have a Brahmin life. Very clear statements, no? And it's possible to have constant happiness, no, for the soul? Yeah. Why is it possible? Because I am self. I am is constant. Even if there's an experience of sadness after it, that is not me. That's an experience which has appeared to disappear. But I am is constant. That's the only thing that really needs to be seen clearly by the soul. Baba and I, so I am, and whatever comes after that, any experience, is not the self. Then I know I am that constant me who is experiencing some fleeting experiences. Yeah? True? True? Are we living? That's all we need to really see. So what is permanent experience? The permanent experience is the experience of the soul which is beyond the sadness and the happiness of the mind. The permanent experience of the soul is Baba's happiness as your reference point. Baba, the bodiless, the thoughtless star, the living being, is he ever feeling disturbed by the disturbances of the mind? And to get it more clear, disturbances of your mind? Is Baba ever getting disturbed by seeing the disturbances of your mind? It's not your mind anymore. It's given to Baba. So which is why I and Baba can see that mind together now. Yeah? So is Baba ever disturbed by the sadness, or is he associating that I am, you and Baba together, associating the experience of sadness as you? Experience of discontentment as you? Experience of sitting as you? Experience of then standing as you? Or walking as you? Or tired as you? Or rested as you? No. For him, you're just like him, and you're combined with him, right? So like him you are, so you are not, you can see there's an experience of being, feeling tired, not being, feeling tired. That's okay. There's an experience of feeling rested. There's an experience of feeling excited. There's an experience of feeling despondent. There's an experience of feeling anything. Are you at all needing to get, or there's an experience of feeling, I'm feeling very realized today. I've really realized something today. Yeah. And then next day it happens, I've forgotten everything I had studied. Baba says, become Anubhavi Murt. What does he mean by that? Yeah. And this is something we have discussed in classes before, but it's very important. Being that embodiment of experience means embodiment of the experience of your unbroken, akhand, ekras experience with Baba, within which all other temporary and fleeting experiences can come and go. So the experience of your absoluteness, that is being embodiment of experience.
So Sister Baba means beyond experiences.
It is like the experience of absoluteness, beyond fleeting experiences, yes. Beyond temporary experiences, yes. But being that absolute being, that is the experience Baba is always in, right? He's always in the state of bliss, and that is the experience of bliss. That state of being absolute, where you're completely untouched by the duality of experiences of your body-mind. That is being embodiment of experience. That is being knowledgeful, but not being pulled by knowledge, as Baba said today. Because in the knowledgeful state, it's all very natural for you. You know, it's like you know that I am that one who is accompanying. Let's say, for example, let me give more gross, then maybe it will be easier to see. Let's say I have 2 children. Yeah? And Rini, the mother, with 2 children, going for a walk. True? Yeah? I'm accompanying them, walking with them. Sometimes they both fight with each other. So do I say I am fighting, or I'm accompanying two children who are fighting? Let's say then.
Second one, yeah.
You're accompanying. Now let's say they are very peaceful after 2 seconds. So then do you say, I am peaceful now, or I'm accompanying those two now who have changed from fight to peace? You're accompanying those two children who had changed their mannerisms from fighting to being peaceful. Yeah? Then after some time, little bit further we go, and then they change into jumping and walking and bouncing. Yeah? I'm accompanying those two, but the one that is accompanying, is that one changing? No. Yeah? So there's someone that is accompanying those two children whose experiences are constantly changing, right? So I, the being, one second, I think Rinda is not able to get in. One second. Hello? Okay, one second. Can you try again? Can you log in again? Are you coming with the name Harmony in any way? What is the name on your... Okay, no problem. It's okay. You just come. Yeah, are you in now? Okay, all right. All right. The soul is in a 90-year-old body and doesn't know technology much. So it was important to take the call. Yeah. So do you understand the being that I am is never changing? I'm accompanying every experience, right? I'm accompanying every experience, but I am not changing. And that is the experience of being absolute. The experiences are nothing but thoughts, feelings, which are constantly changing, bodily sensations, which are constantly changing. But I am not changing. Yeah? Does that
Sister,
make
very
sense?
well understood. Yeah, it makes sense. So Baba said knowledge pull. So these, emotions of daughters saying happy or fighting or extra happy, whatever. So I'm not pulled by the knowledge. So can you make it a little more clear about the connotations of Baba telling us knowledgeful is clear, but Baba says no, you are being at times knowledge pull. So was it the same reference? Make it clear, sister, please.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, right now we were just looking at this one thing. What is being embodiment of experience, which means I am that absolute truth. That is my being embodiment of experience. And from that space, I can see the other experiences coming. No, we gave this experience of gross example just to make it clear. It's not about daughter and mother, it's about soul and the experiences actually. Yeah. So then the soul that is accompanying all the experiences, which are constantly sometimes fighting, sometimes peaceful, sometimes change. I mean, they're constantly changing, sometimes frolicking, sometimes happy, sometimes sad, sometimes unhappy, sometimes discontent, sometimes content. That which is changing experience, changing happiness is not you. That means my reference point for who I am is already in a wrong place of being that happiness which is mind's happiness. And I'm taking that to be me because I'm so identified with the experiences as me that when the mind is feeling happy, I say, I am happy. When the mind is feeling sad, I say, I am. I am is now associated with the feelings that are changing in the mind. That is where I am has now become associated with. Does that make sense? First, this has to be very clear.
Yes, sister, very much. It makes sense. So you took the example of rather mine, just took an example of your daughters, but I felt it was my mind and my
Yeah,
intellect was wavering. That Baba was trying to tell me. Ki bachchi,
yeah,
if your mind is feeling all of a sudden to receive good news, you are don't relate to that. You are
yeah,
absolute, always truthful. Okay,
yeah,
perfect,
yeah.
perfectly
Always
understood.
happy being. Regardless of how your mind feels, you are a happy being. So that's why Baba is saying, stop saying, I am feeling this old sanskaras. How much have you really let go of identity? Where are the old sanskaras residing in the mind? So when I say anything, I am feeling not so happy today, I am not feeling so great today. You are, the mind is speaking this language, and you, the soul, is associating yourself with that changing experience of the mind. That is what is happening. Sister Yamini, I'm adding harmony because that is Sister Vrinda. Sorry about that. I just found out. Yeah. Hope that's okay. Thank you. So, does that make sense? Hmm?
Yes, sister. Yes, yes, sister.
Don't say
So
I to any experience of the mind.
but we are so used to, so used to, no?
Yeah.
So what was the knowledge pull? Now let's come to that.
Yeah. We will come to that passage when we will
All
come to
right.
the start of
All
the Murli.
right.
Yeah, because it will be in the context of that. Yeah. So for
All
this
right.
one finds it's not a practice of 1 minute, 2 minutes, which can be useful. I'm not denying it for those who are doing it. Please, whatever works for you at this moment in time is your experience. But I would again say, even see that experience detached from who you are, which is constant. And in that, you can see that spiritual person that is practicing for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, right? And that's okay. Yeah. And that is okay. True. So, this aspect of you don't have happiness, you don't have a Brahmin life. And it is imperishable happiness, not that happiness that you only experience sometimes to a percentage. That is mind's happiness. Please know that. So, that happiness cannot be you. But you can be the observer of mind feeling very happy today. That's okay. Tomorrow it can feel sad also. Don't worry about it. So don't go get deceived by mind means sanskars actually. They're kind of intertwined. Thoughts, mind, sanskars, they're all intertwined. True?
Sister,
Experience,
even feelings and sensations.
yeah, feelings,
Yeah.
sensations, experiences, they're all connected. All connected. So you will find this subtle, persistent feeling of feeling human is also observed by you, by that living light. You're a light. How can light ever feel human or be human? Light can be accompanying a human body and a human experience, but light cannot be human, isn't it? So human experience is okay. And that persistent human experience will be there with you till the end. The whole idea is to really able to see that you are none of that. What is sanskar? This is the sanskar. This is where you need to have unlimited, not need. This is where the soul naturally will have unlimited disinterest. Is this feeling of being human. And unlimited disinterest can only be from the place of being detached and loving, not disliking this feeling of being human. No, not at all. Only from a place of love can there be unlimited disinterest. Do you know what Dadi Gulzar was asked? She asked this question once in a big group of people, souls who were, seniors and part and whatever their part was. And she asked, so what is happiness? What does Baba mean by constant happiness? What do you think she said? What does Baba mean by constant happiness? Being with Baba. Beautiful. In a very some simple way, she said, because some people said detachment, some said unlimited disinterest, some said knowing one's true self, some said this and some said that. Nobody said the answer she was looking for. And she said attainment. Attainment of what? Attainment of the experience of God's love. And in that alone, will you be able to really have unlimited disinterest in all the other experiences, which are not bad or good. They're just experiences of the human part. Yeah. Experience with Baba, the absolute love, no duality. Yeah. Like just some simple things. There were some cleaners who were cleaning the house, Baba's home today. And he was saying something. And I was like, I'm just sitting in Baba's womb. And I'm listening with Baba. I'm not even getting trapped in the influence of his words. And whatever he's saying, I'm just experiencing what Baba is experiencing, that constant love. And I don't understand all the other feelings that can come up and will come up, but they come up very, very gently now. Why? Because they know that you are experiencing something so much higher and truer, right? So you just be in Baba's womb and then let the actions and the scenes play, and his tone completely changes after some time, but that also doesn't bother you, because whatever they said did not bother you, whatever they did not change you. I mean, you are just in your constant experience, and your mind, you're observing that कि मेरी वो feeling mix ना हो जाए बस. That feeling should not get mixed बस. That's my only attention. What they're saying, half the things I don't even hear many times actually, but I only hear what I need to hear. That's all I need to hear, and that's what goes in my ears. I don't need to hear everything. Anybody speaks, half the things I don't hear. It's only what I need to hear. Baba makes me hear.
So, sister, you've got a filter always. It comes
Baba's
only
book.
whatever cleanest, yeah, cleanest nectar you are drinking, and it's nice,
Yeah,
nice.
and be with Baba. The purpose of being in any interaction is to be with him and make sure that his feelings getting communicated. Who cares about what is happening outside, what they are saying and what they are not saying, and what should my mouth say? Don't worry about it. If I'm with him, he's responsible. You know? And they start speaking less. What they are saying, they start speaking less. Because they somehow feel you're not here. You're somewhere else only. Yeah, absolute one can experience absolute love with the supreme, absolute, constant happiness. Yes. So with Baba, you be experienced, and it's sanskar jo aa rahe hain samne, any thought, any other feeling, if even if maybe emerging, it's just a sanskar. Don't make a big deal out of it. It's not a big deal. It's just okay, whatever. Don't make it so big. Oh, I had this feeling. Oh, I had that feeling. And before you know it, that feeling is you. Hmm?
That's a knowledge pull. That sanskars become you.
Yeah. Then that sanskar is pulling you. You're being too knowledgeful, too extra smart. I have to finish Ravan. You know? And really, it is just about being who you are, being aware, being with Baba. Just be and make it a purpose of your life. Every scene, every interaction, I am in his womb and I am feeling what he is feeling. I am experiencing my experience. I am Baba's experience. Uske aage, I am ke aage, you want to put something? I am what Baba experiences. Put that. Hmm? Then everything else that will come in the light of that experience of your absolute truth with Baba will have no power to pull you. True. Right? This is the
So, sister,
purpose.
I am Baba's experiences. It means ki no question arises, nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not identified with my mind's old habits,
All
old
right.
impressions. I'm not identified with them. And this another habit. Sorry, anybody saying something?
No, go ahead, sister.
No, and there's another habit of being extroverted. And what do I need to say? What do I need to speak? So I need to listen. Please let go of this habit, na? एक second में मर जाओ उससे. Because you don't need to worry about what you need to say, what you need to speak. When Baba is saying drama is fixed, there's nothing new. Then those words which emerged 5,000 years ago will emerge. You just enjoy company of his, no?
So that's what happened today. There was Diwali program in Harmony House, and a lot of situations coming. Dance teacher who was supposed to bring the children with her, she said she has emergency, she cannot come. So it was just like total surrender to Baba. It's your program, you do something, and I'm here just the instrument to help out. And there was no commotion. Simply somebody else stepped in. Everything went beautiful. While I was driving, they said, you're supposed to do some skit and do something. I'm like, went to Baba's room. Whatever you want to say, will do. So it was complete average of Baba's child. This is Baba's instrument. This is Baba's program. Everything is going to happen. 70 people registered, but somehow Baba's children planned for 150, and there were 150 people who came. Only 70 registered. But the tolis and the bags, everything were planned for 150. And when then they were telling us, just stand on the stage. And it was just like, Baba, you are seeing through these eyes to the children, just standing there with holding Baba and being with Baba. Not paying any attention to people, their clothes, what they were doing and how it was. No judgment, but just being there. That's what the full attention was. Yes, Baba is here. Baba is doing everything through everyone. And we're doing nothing. And it was good to see that even in the center, the heads and everybody else, that's how they were functioning too. Everything was Baba's. Everything that was coming, doing in a very relaxed and a smooth way. So it really has our stage. When we are with Baba's stage, we are in a totally different stage, and then Baba does whatever he wants to do. And even if the situations where the teacher not showing up in anything could lead to a big commotion in other places. But it was, we'll see, it's okay. It's okay. Drama is perfect. There is no heaviness, there is no entanglement. And what, how, then, this, that, none of those things. And Baba's program was perfect.
It's perfect even if nothing happens according to the plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, sister, my question arises after listening to Neeru, sister. So, such a great thing happened, but I need to understand it. It was destined to be. It was in script, and nothing to feel good or bad, because that is a underlying thing. Even if it is very good, like Neeru sister's voice was so full of modesty, we could feel it. Absolutely, it's showing what she says, no doubt about it. But at times we need to jump to those happy moments, jumping, dancing, whatnot, narrating all the time. So I need to check it. It was destined, it was in my script. It could happen. Baba had to help, and it was his program. But I need not to go away with the bad experiences if it is not, other experiences very, very bad. So I feel bad or good. I need to be beyond all this. It's just a very, I feel, underlying thing. We need to understand. We get flow with that energy. Like Niru sister's modesty, it shows she's away, detached, she's telling. So it's very nice understanding, sister. Thank you.
Simple thing like World Cup was happening, and here everybody waking up 1 in the morning and doing, and Amrit Vela waking up, and the whole house is like all that commotion happening of World Cup. And you could see they are so immersed and attached to the team that there was nothing but disappointment. Disappointment in entire stadium in Ahmedabad. And here, watched for like 5 minutes when serving them tea. And for 5 minutes, the person was out. I said, wow, what a bowling. He was like, are you out of your mind? Indian player got kicked out, using VAR. I'm like, because there was no attachment to Australia versus India or anything. It was just a game and something happened. So there was that energy in the entire stadium because of their attachment to one team and their expectations that they were there. So this one was just noticing and was telling the Father Soul that if you just watched the game it was, you wouldn't be saying things and feeling the way you're feeling right now. You would have just enjoyed equally Australia or anyone. He said, no, we are from our country. So the identification with the country and their everything attachment to the team, expectations from the players and everything. So you can clearly see
And
that
even
Baba's knowledge is freedom.
Yeah,
The
very good.
drama is perfect, their part is perfect too. And I was trying to tell them their part is absolutely perfect. So just accept them rather than, all that things were happening.
So
And
even
Niru sister, we were listening to Rini sister's class while till now I didn't know who won. And my both the daughters there say, Mama, oh, it's such a thing. People are in their home. We don't need to go. It's such a biggest day. You got to be with us. And Baba gave me this lottery to attend that class. What a fun. Till now I didn't know. I sat with them for 1 hour in afternoon, but no interest, no interest. And it's very nice. We are getting separated from those interests also. Every soul is doing beautiful.
Yeah.
So this one saw the last 10 balls happened to woke up, and this one saw. And good part was
All
when
parts,
this was
parts are good. Uh-huh.
so sister, this one was seeing what kind of feelings were going on at the time. 10 balls remaining, no, 50 balls remaining, 10 runs, something like that. And then this one monitoring how the feelings were. But what Sister Neeru is saying, this one was seeing, what India? Is that your country? Or the whole world is your country? Or those kind of things were going on. And then suddenly it was like, okay, it's okay. Whoever was supposed to win is going to win. That's fine. But that experience was so beautiful, that how we attached and what you say, identify with that particular thing, right? Nationality and, Indian and this player or that player and this team should win. And then people are messaging, oh, it's so depressing. We lost. What do we lost? We did not lost anything.
No, they are playing their parts beautifully. Whatever they are feeling is also accurate. There's nothing
Sure,
wrong.
yeah. But
Yes.
everybody is like, those sad faces, and everybody is like sharing all the.
See,
This one was, yeah.
that's most
And
important.
and then read Baba's Murli even more. Like Baba is saying that, be the disinterested, unlimited disinterested. So today's Murli, this one enjoyed thoroughly each and every word.
So let's.
And one question also, sister, at the end, whenever from the Murli itself, whenever we have a few minutes.
Yeah. So Baba is saying, let's get back to Murli. So Baba is saying, and it is imperishable happiness, not happiness that you only experience sometimes to a percentage. Happiness is happiness. If today you have 50% happiness and tomorrow you have 100% happiness, then your breath of life is fluctuating. Bap Dada also told you earlier that even if you shed your body, your happiness should not disappear. Such a beautiful thing Baba says. So is this lesson firm, or you are still a little weak in this? Have you underlined the word constantly? So now everybody understands, right? The word constantly is not intimidating at all. Actually, it will free you from the bondage of identification with ever-changing experiences. Yeah? The word constantly, if it's really understood correctly, it is liberation in life now. Yeah? And the being that is constantly experiencing what Baba is experiencing, and with Baba able to see every experience that is changing, what would those who only experience this sometimes be then? Those who have constant happiness are those who pass with honors, whereas those who only experience this sometimes have to pass through the land of Dharmaraj. Those who pass with honors will return with the Father in 1 second. They will not stop anywhere. So who are all of you, child? Those who go back with the Father, or those who stop? All of you know what Bap Dada's special hope for every child is. Do you not? Because Bap Dada, according to the present time, each of you is doing service according to your capacity and will continue to do so. However, what is now specially needed? Time is coming close. And so according to the closeness of time, What wave should be there? Disinterest. And disinterest has to be understood also. Disinterest does not mean that I am not enjoying human experience. You will actually enjoy the role play. You will not find your role an obstacle in your path. You will find the role as an extension of who you are. We really sometimes condemn this role word too much. Role consciousness, role consciousness, role consciousness. There's nothing wrong with playing a role. But playing a role, being with Baba. And in that experience, you will find that role is played so beautifully, an angelic role. A definition of angelic mother, a definition of angelic brother, a definition of angelic sister, a definition of angelic wife, a definition of angelic husband. That is why in Golden Age you can play these roles. But when you know that that feeling of love from Baba is there. Can you imagine in a limited film if an actor is detesting and hating his role? What kind of life will it be? Let's say that movie is shot for 3 years and he's every day crying. I don't want this role. I am hating this role. I don't like this role. I want to get rid of this role. Can you imagine? Those 3 years of misery. Here it's just 2,500 years. That's all the differences.
So,
That is why
sister, it also means, yeah, it also means skeleton we keep doing at times practice. So we can see the angelic face also on everyone, then the soul is shining. At times skeletons, at times angels. That can help also. I just thought of it immediately. When you said, no, we can be good wife, you are wonderful husband, you are wonderful child. So immediately I felt that skeleton is changing into that angelic consciousness. Is that okay?
I'm not changing, but that is who I am, right? And
Yeah.
from there, I am playing a role of being a mother. But that mother, that angelic being who's playing the role of a mother, is playing the role from being a mother like supreme mother. Being a wife like supreme wife, like Baba. Being husband of all husbands like supreme husband. Being a friend like supreme friend. All like him, right? Then every role is also divinized. Then there's not that, because you're not identified with the sanskars and the thoughts, no? You're not identified with the experiences which are coming and going. Baba is playing a role of a supreme mother. So this one at least has seen in one's experience, when I see what is Baba feeling as a mother, then that is what I feel as a mother. Then what happens is in that the feeling is of being a world mother. That is what Baba is really helping us, because at the end of the day, we are living our life in always in a family path. We are never sannyasis. We are from the beginning till the end in a family path, playing our parts. From day one, we enter the cycle. We are in a family path. So you can't hate roles. You can't despise roles. You can't despise your part.
Sister, we end up despising when we get into the person identity, others' part. Even if we're okay with our part, others' part,
Yeah.
let's start looking at it.
And then you have motherly feelings when you're playing that motherly role for all the souls. Then you have sisterly feelings playing the role of a sister for all the sisters, for all the souls. Then you have a brotherly feeling for all the souls. Then you have a friendly feeling for all the souls. And in that, the role also gets played. Isn't it?
So ultimate बाबा के रंग में सारे
रंगे
रिश्तों को महसूस करना, रंगे रहो, डूबे रहो, कलरफुल रहो. बहुत हाईएस्ट डेफिनेशन बाबा समझा रहे हैं. You know what happens in Diamond Hall when Baba keeps telling, and I myself felt it when I'm unable to say, Baba says, raise your hand. So I do it. I said at that same time, Baba is empowering me. So it's now it's happening at, right now also. Although, being a bird mother, feeling it, it's so elevated. So I feel it. Yes, I'm doing it. I can do it. I'm going to do it. I am. So that
You
power we are getting. Yes.
You are that. You are it. And Baba needs you to play your role the way he wants you to play it. So no matter where you go, you're a world mother. No matter where you go, you are the wife of husband of all husbands, and all the souls are also wife of husband of all the husbands. You're the partner. You're partnering with God. So he needs you to keep your side of partnership. That is, be available for him. And that is the purpose at this time. Every interaction, not a single one without being with him. Yeah. Let that be your purpose. Because in that there is self-service, there's world service, there is service of the nature, there is service of the body, there is service of the mind. Constant service is happening in that purpose.
And that's called Ardhangini in Hindi. In English, half partner.
Ardhangini, yes, very beautiful word. Very beautiful word. Yeah. I'm in interaction only to be with him and let Baba give what he wants to give to other. That's the only reason I am in that interaction. There is no other reason. Isn't it? What is the reason here we are? So that I can just be with Baba and come into action. See, I can be with Baba and let Baba give what Baba wants to give. Let Baba hear what Baba wants you to hear. It is like you are here only to be with him. And be aware of what is happening at the level of your mind. And in that, see, we are all together also, isn't it? We are together also. So what kind of disinterest? Limited or unlimited? Do you have the stage of having unlimited disinterest according to the need of time, to the same extent as you have zeal and enthusiasm? The success of your service is when the subjects are created as quickly as possible. This is why you do service. And subjects is your own mind, intellect, and sanskars. Please do not look at anything outside. And if your mind does, surrender that mind also to Baba. Yeah? So the success of, okay, this is why you, no, this is not why. Yeah, until you instrument souls have an attitude of unlimited disinterest, other souls cannot have an attitude of disinterest. You want everyone to receive the Father's introduction, but they cannot receive it unless you have an attitude of disinterest. Disinterest means extreme joy. Disinterest means extreme love.
So, sister, here you're saying that the subjects are not in the literal sense we are taking. You're
I'm
taking
not.
subjects as the minds and intellect and sanskars.
Yeah. Yeah. Because this attitude itself is that of ego, no?
Ego.
Yeah. That smritis of ego. Who's who? What subjects and what king? Soul is the king and subjects are my mind, intellect, sanskars, and my body. Right? So that is why Baba is saying that if you have disinterest according to the time or circumstances, then time claims number one and you claim number two, because it is due to the circumstances or the time that you inspired to have disinterest. Once the circumstances finish and the time goes by, your disinterest also finishes. What would you call this? Unlimited disinterest or limited? And that is when we say, right? Souls who remember God in the time of need or when there is too much Maya, then they are being taught by time and taught by thoughts. But souls who are with Baba, whether the mind is happy or sad, whether it is good or bad, it doesn't matter. I, the being, am totally being the embodiment of experience, who does not need the assistance of the mind to give me an experience of 1 minute or 2 minutes. But it can serve me as my server. And it can experience 1 or 2 minutes of experience of who I am. And it can change after 2 minutes. And that's okay too. Because the server can have its moods, but the king is not moody.
Thank you, sister. That was the question.
Hmm.
The time, like that part was not clear for this one, that the experience are not taught by the time and the situation. Experience are taught by when you are with Baba and you're seeing your real self.
Mhm. And knowing that your mind is not giving you anything. It can copy you and imitate you for a few minutes here and there, but that's the best it can do for now. And that's okay. We are not demanding anything of our servers. And if it can do more and it can get better and better at serving you, that's okay. You're still the king of who you are. Right? So it can keep getting better. And some days it can have a different mood. And some days it may not want to serve and it's feeling sick. And that's okay, no? You are the king.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So then time is not your teacher. Then external situations and anything can come and go. You already have so much unlimited disinterest that outside situations don't even influence you in any way. Right? So that is why Baba is saying that so you need to have unlimited disinterest. The main basis for losing disinterest is the consciousness of bodies. Body means body mind. And if you have disinterest in body mind, you've got it. You've got it. So unless there's disinterest in, because body is not saying something. Body is not saying I like this and I like that and I don't like this. Body has no life to say that. So body consciousness means body, mind together. Body doesn't speak. Bodies matter. So body consciousness means believing myself to be the person, the mind and matter both. And believing myself to be every thought, every feeling, every emotion to be me. Every experience that the thought brings to be me. Every mood and memory that the thought brings to be me. That is where soul is trapped. Not trapped, but soul is sleeping. Yeah?
Sister, you
So the
just said
main basis
disinterest
for
means
losing
lots of love.
disinterest is the consciousness of the body. It got disconnected, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
this one was feeling the internet is bad this side. Maybe that's why.
Okay,
Yes.
happened this side, not your side. It happened this side. That's okay. So Baba is saying it is not a big thing to have disinterest in relationships. See, it's not a big deal for Baba. Not a big deal to have disinterest in relationships. In their hearts, many people in the world also have disinterest. What big deal? No great shakes. Okay, however, here there are various types of body consciousness. Various types. You must know these types. You do, don't you? We know it, no? Every thought is a sign of body consciousness, no? Every thought is pointing to body and mind. As one had shared once, Dadi Gulzar said in one of the classes, why do you make such a big deal about these sanskars and Maya? Let Maya do its own thing, you do your own thing. Because what is the point? Because it keeps changing. You will not know which form it will come in. Leave it, you just be with him. Then he will show you the forms you need to be aware of. He will show you that which you need to pay a little extra attention. He will show you everything that you need to know, and it will be different for each one. Be so engaged with him that there's no interest in what mind is saying and what it's doing and what it's not doing. It's okay. Whatever it's doing, it's all wonderful, great. No interest in any thoughts. Yeah. More than thoughts, it's the moods. More, from what I'm hearing, it's the moods that everybody is now. It's like, mera mood nahi hai. It's more like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like me today. The mood doesn't feel right. Or the mood is very good today. Last weekend, Murli Baba said that, no? Can you be aware of that moody mind? And know that that is not you?
That is the practice. That is the only, you catch that thing right at that minute, then you are not identified. If you are, then it takes time. It takes time to,
If you stop right where you recognize it, you realize, okay, that was the mood that was running the body and the mind. But I, the soul, now, in this very moment, I, the being, has no mood. I'm beyond all moods. I'm aware of all the moods. I'm aware mind is still feeling vomitish. And I'm aware the mind is still feeling this and that, or very happy, so exuberant. But I am that absolute awareness, aware of every changing mood and feeling of the mind. More and more you are aware of who you are as an absolute being. That's the only way out of the illusion of bondage. There's no bondage, but out of the illusion of bondage. Yeah? So that's why Baba is saying, you know the details of numerous types of body consciousnesses. However, after knowing all these different types of body consciousness, you should be able to have unlimited disinterest, and your body consciousness should change into soul consciousness, which will automatically do because you're not interested in the moods. Are we interested in them? However, after knowing all these different types of it, just as body consciousness has become natural, so soul consciousness also has to be natural in the same way. And that is why, this very basic practice that Baba used to really make all the souls. In every activity, there's a sense of self that is accompanying every word that is being spoken, every word that is being heard. There's a sense of self that is accompanying every experience, whether your body is being moved to drink the water, whether you are using the ears to listen to Baba's Murli, or whether your eyes are being used to see the bodies and the computers and all the material world. But I, the being that is accompanying all these experiences, my attention is on me, and that me is then naturally combined with Baba. So just paying attention to these things, paying attention. Baba and I, who am I? I can see my one step is changing to the second step, and my second step is changing to the next step, and my word is changing from word to being another word, and then this word to another word, and then what I listen to is changing from this word. Listening is happening, speaking is happening, only because I am that silent, still, constant, present being that is making every experience possible. Again and again, come see this truth of who you are with Baba. Actions are happening and changing. Yeah, moment by moment. I am not changing. Sometimes my body is moving very fast. I am still. Sometimes my body is moving very slow and feeling tired. I am still tireless and still. Detach from the experiences. Yes, Pooja.
Sometimes there's a attachment to the experience with Baba. Like, for example, there are some experiences with Baba that you don't in the initial, when you come to Baba first, especially, or even during your journey, feeling of that love which is not all the time experience, and then you get attached to that experience and you want that experience, but that has been with Baba. That's what this one feels. So how about that? Because being an absolute, also one feels that it's not an experience that is, I mean, even if you're in that stage, it's different experiences at different times, especially suppose if we sit in meditation or at Amrit Vela, and there are certain Amrit Vela experiences which you really, it gets stuck and you want that experience back. Especially in Baba's love. What do you have to say about that? Is that also
that is your mind giving you and serving you with an experience of being with God? You don't even need that experience. Whether your mind is experiencing God or not, it doesn't matter. The fact that you are with God forever. And then your mind will sometimes give you that experience, sometimes it won't. Because any experience that is temporary and fleeting is aspect of the mind. So to really know yourself before and beyond the mind, knowing, it is not an experience through body and mind. Knowing is not an experience through body and mind. Knowing is just an experience of Gyan and Yoga. Yeah? It is just knowing. It's just, this is it. This is what it is. Yeah? It's like a newborn baby is born, right? And a newborn baby does not need an encyclopedia and a DNA test proof or some mind's experience to know this is my parent. There is an absolute connection of vibrations, right? True. And that is the experience. In that, now that baby can cry with an experience of colic, or with that baby can be very happy feeling mother's company. Baby can feel anything, and yet he knows he's always with his mother. He's feeling very protected with his mother, right? He has that natural instinctive connection. It's a natural instinct in the soul, which cannot be taught and which cannot be experienced by the limited experiences of the ego mind. Yeah? Does that make sense? It's just a knowing. And yes, Baba gives us the taste of that knowing in the beginning through the mind. But understand, even that experience was not you. That soul that you are, when you had that experience of those childhood days that everybody talks about, this one doesn't really talk about it, because for me, every moment is a childhood moment with Baba. Yeah. Now, in that moment, I may feel a lot of clouds. That's a different thing altogether. Or I may feel a little less clouds. That's a different thing. But I, the being, just know I am combined with him, and nobody can take that truth away from me. This is the instinct of a child with a parent. Yeah. And that instinct, all of Baba's knowledge is pointing at. But what happens is, in the knowledge also, we get trapped in the words and we go into the jungle of knowledge rather than going into the essence of knowledge. Yeah. So just that instinct, can you see as a soul, what is the instinct of you, the light? Who else can be yours? In this moment. You can't experience truth in the next second if you're not experiencing it now. Yeah? Because the next second is again for the person to experience Baba. Which is again, mind will give you sometimes experience, then you will feel great. Sorry, I'm muting. And sometimes you won't feel that great because your mind, you believe yourself to be the mind. So as long as mind can give me a visual, yes, visual, you will find it will serve you. Actually, what one sees is naturally the visual starts staying with you. More you know yourself beyond the assistance of your mind, intellect, and sanskars, and know Baba with the natural instinct of a child for a parent. And in that, you will find nobody can deny you the taste of that experience, not even your mind. Not even the most doubtful thoughts of your mind. They can't deny you the experience of your original instinct of being that living light, child of the supreme living light. And now mind can create many doubts and can create many clouds and can create many storms and can create many tsunamis. Doesn't mean a thing. For the one who's instinctively living with Baba. Yeah? Does that answer your question, Pooja?
Yes.
And that's why Baba just asks us to remember those childhood days. Why? Because he knows in that moment you were very innocently coming. Now you see too much Maya and you get swayed by it. At that time, we did not know much knowledge of Maya. So he just gives us that beautiful experience of, this is who you are, child. And then now we come into knowledge and we come to know so much about Maya and we start identifying so much with Maya. And it starts to come up to the surface also. And then we realize, okay, what is the point of trying to finish something that you cannot finish? It is eternal. It is part of the script. So then you're not wasting your energy on finishing anything. In fact, you start appreciating it. You start living in appreciation of your script and you stop calling it Maya also, actually. And you stop calling it Ravan and Maya. Instead, you just call it a script. That is all it is. Because there's so much baggage that is being carried with these words, Maya and Ravan, Maya and Ravan. It's become a Hawa. What do you call Hawa in English? It's become some kind of blowing it out of proportion.
It's a scarecrow.
Scarecrow. Okay. Made it Hawa thing. It's nothing. It's just a thought, poor thought, which has no life of its own. And it's just part of the script. Right?
So when that awareness is not there and
No, awareness is who you are.
no, I get that, but this one is saying that if in that process sometimes the awareness get, I don't know what to use, is it dropped or awareness is not there, then at the time the identification that happens, is that part of the script? Is that happens because it was part of the script?
And it's part of the script. Once it's happened, it's gone. It was in the script. But in this moment of now, you are awake to your truth, which is constantly continuous presence that you are. You are that continuous presence, the being of light. You are only the being of light bodily. That's why we say when we sit in meditation, either being with Baba, and that's why in meditation today we sat and we experienced the sensations of the body changing. Just don't put, I am feeling this pain here. No, I am is me, the unchanging me, and there's pain in this particular part of the body, which is just a sensation. And even sensation is just a word. I'm not defining and describing that experience. I'm just observing sensations changing. And more I am with Baba, as I see myself, as I know myself with Baba, And I see, starting at the level of the body first, then we can come to the mind. I see how I am this living light bodiless and how I live in this body and use this body. And I can see how this is an ocean of sensations, nothing else. And what all is associated with it, a story, a form, a name. And it's like me and mine and what it has gone through and what it will go through if this happens. How many notions of the mind are attached to just these sensations? And it starts to break that illusion of you being this body. You really start knowing yourself as Baba knows you, just a living bodiless light. Yeah. And more you know yourself as that bodiless light, then body has no power. You are not giving it your power and then getting bothered by it. Same with the mind. You're sitting with Baba and knowing with Baba, I'm not attaching my identity with no matter what comes on the screen of my mind, no matter what image comes on the screen of my mind, no matter what thoughts come, how urgent and legitimate and valid they may seem, and real, and as it's my voice, no matter how much it feels like me, I am still and silent with you. I'm looking at you and you are looking at me, and everything else about this changing phenomenon of body and mind is taking place. Not interested, and if it pulls my attention, I will continue to look at you, and with you, I will see it for what it is, and then again, just being with you. That's it. If this is very consistently seen every day, you're spending 20 minutes morning, 20 minutes evening, just being like this, I can guarantee your day, through the day, being a soul is really not a challenge. It really is not. Yes, Maya mind, scripted mind will continue to come, no problem. And it will continue to play its part until the end, no problem. No problem whatsoever for the scripted mind. It's a script, no? How can you see script as reality? Who is seeing script as reality? Let's see that rather than how. Who is seeing script as reality? On behalf of who script is seen as reality? On behalf of a certain thought that you, the soul, is identifying with. That thought is seeing the rest of the script as reality. Which, in other words, is spoken as a word, character, and person, but it's still very gross. Does that make sense? So we don't reject, the soul does not reject any experience. The soul does not cling to any experience. The soul does not at all want some other experience, want it to be something else. No, if there is a feeling of unhappiness, I'm okay with it because I am happiness. With Baba, I can see this passing phenomenon of unhappiness. I'm not here to change that experience. I'm just here to know it's not my truth. What is my truth is this. It's just a scripted feeling that has come up to the surface from the conscious level, unconscious level of the mind. And that's fine. Then the true nature of the soul, being total allowance, comes to this in your seeing and knowing who you are. Yeah. Then whether it's childhood days of experience or whether it is some good days of Amrit Vela, it is still identifying with the changing states of mind. Yeah? Does that help? Okay. So one day you don't have good Amrit Vela, your mind does not have good Amrit Vela, it's okay. Isn't it? That too was a wonderful experience, right? All experiences are equally valid. Then I'm totally disinterested in all sanskars. Unlimited. Only then. That is why Baba says, na, happiness. See, in the beginning, he's talking about happiness. And then the whole Murli is on unlimited disinterest. So basically, what he's saying, you can truly experience your 100% absolute happiness when you have the unlimited disinterest in your old sanskars. True? Yeah. And what are sanskars coming up in the form of? And then we've finished the class. It's already okay. What are the sanskars they're coming up in the form of? Yeah. Otherwise, we keep chasing for experience and mind is never satisfied. Very good. We're chasing experiences. Mind is chasing more experiences that I had 2 days ago. For the mind, 2 days ago is a memory which is existing. And that memory I wanted to relive. Yeah? Is that the attitude of the soul? It's the attitude of the biased, scripted mind. Actually, a scripted mind, not even biased, just scripted mind. And we don't want to chase any experience. We are aware of every experience, but not the chaser of experiences. Yeah? This one has seen and also heard from other souls who are in Gyan for years about wanting experience.
About the experience. Yeah. Yes.
About wanting that childhood days to come back.
Yes. Yes. I've heard from one who's in this brother soul that he has been Gyan for 10 years, but after 5 years, Baba has given nothing, no experience.
Ah.
So, and looking for that experience for so long, and he's that soul, a part is like confused what to look for now.
Yeah.
So, just that moment he shared, but I don't know how about now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what starts to happen. And then Brahmin life becomes very difficult. Because that's not what Baba is asking. Baba is saying you are the embodiment of all experiences. Means you have tasted every single experience, but you also know you are the absolute one, untouched by those experiences. Good or bad, blissful or blissless, if that's a word, we can always coin a new word. So it's like it doesn't matter. You're untouched, my child. Don't look for any. Stop chasing. Right? You already are that. Can you imagine a living light chasing an experience? No, no. But it's a very good question because many do that. And that's okay. That's their part for now. But as the understanding opens up, then we see it's all temporary. You're already that in this moment, here and now, that you want, that your mind wants to be. The one that your mind is seeking and wants to be is who you are in this moment. Yeah? Yeah. Wonderful. And see, then this is Mojo Ka Jeevan, Sangam Yug. And those other experiences can't influence you then over time. And you will not get, not even over time. It doesn't take too long if you're really focused on who am I? And with Baba, I'm combined, unchanged experience. And within me, I have a mind which is constantly changing and a body that is constantly changing. And my entire attention is on me, Baba, and what my mind is doing. And you will see in not too long a time, there are many here who've experienced this now, this absolute truth of who they are. And this is constant now. And in that, they see their mind is constantly shifting and changing. One day, maybe they can all share. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Baba.
Registration link for who, Pooja?
Uh,
Did you fill the form?
the form, yes, I needed for a locking
Okay.
mother.
We'll send you the form today.
Yes, thank you.